lovely. Right, there we go, that's it. Good stuff. Okay. So we're going to start with our feet hip width apart, our sort of Pilates stance, which is your feet under your hips, and we're trying to have knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulder, pulling up nice and tall. Let's take a breath in, arms up and down, and then breathe in, arms up and down. Breathe in, arms up, heels up and lower. Then breathe in, arms up, heels up and lower. Breathe in, arms up, circle, and then lower down and come into a squat and stand up. So just a couple of tips with the squat. Your bum's going straight back, so you don't want your knees to come forward. Try not to overarch the back, so tucking in, and we're trying to get our arms right up here. Okay, so continuing with that, we are breathing in, arms up, circle, come down into squat and lift. Squeeze the bum on the way up. Breathe in, lift, down and squat. Lovely. Forgot to circle my arms. Breathe in, lift, round and squat. Squeeze and lift. Getting these shoulders warm, getting these ankles warm, getting these legs warm. Lovely. One more, we're going to hold our squat down. Holding it here. We're just going to take the arms up and down, squeeze the tummy, push back in the heels. The palms up, palms down. Just tuck that chin in slightly so you don't get stress on the back of the neck. Really squeeze those arms back, push those hands back. Sorry, it's someone calling. I should put my phone on don't disturb. Sorry about that, my iPad rang. I should put it on don't disturb. Up, down. Then we change the arms to the side. Palms up, reach them up, push them down. Reach them up, push them down, up and down. So squeeze a little bit lower with that squat. Squeeze the bottom, squeeze the tummy. Two more here. Arms in front, hold. Lift your heels, lift and lower and lift and lower. Lovely. Mind those ankles. Squeeze, lift and lower. Four more. Four. Keep breathing. Pilates breath in for the nose, out for the mouth, much as you can, and release. Well done. Oh, my knees, you hear that? Give them a little shake, give your feet a little circle. Lovely. Let's take the feet wider, turn them out, and we're thinking of pushing the knees back. So a little squat here. So squat down, squeeze the bottom, push your heels down, lift up. Squat down, lift up, arms out. Lovely. Hold it down. I'm going to reach to the side, so rib reach. So reach and reach. Reach, squeeze the knees back, reach. Reach. Lovely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold here, reach. Over, back to centre. And switch back to centre. Keep those legs bent so you're working those hips. Centre. Last one. Reach over, straighten the legs, and it's just a nice side bend. Support in there if you need to. Keep that arm up, stretching that waist. Lovely. And breathe. Let's change sides. Wonderful. Take the arms out. We're going to bring the feet in a little bit, just so they're facing forward. Slowly come down. Hands to the floor if you can. The wider your feet are, more likely you get your fingers down. Just a gentle sway side to side. Just bending one leg, stretching one leg. So you're stretching your inner thigh, just a little lean. Lovely. Let's hold it down here in the middle. Hands on the floor if you can. Again, don't worry if you can't. Just hang wherever you can. And then I want to open up one arm to the side. So we open up, trying to get the shoulder away from the ear. Breathe in, come down. Other side, breathe in. And try not to let your hips move. So as you move one way, don't let your hips push. Keep them in and rotate the spine. So we're getting rotation in the spine, opening up the chest. Breathing in, open. Breathe out, close. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, close. Hold this next arm up and circle it back for 1, for 2, 3, 4. And change. Open the other side. Lovely. And circle. 1. 2, 3, 4, and release. Wonderful. Very gently curling up. Good. So a little bit for the wrists, because we're going to do quite a little bit of sort of in a plank mode. So a little bit of a circle, and I'm going to get ready to come to the end of my mat. We're going to do what's called a roll down. So we're warming up the spine, and just give these wrists, make a fist, drop your fist down and out to the side, release, out and release. So whilst we're doing that, a roll down is basically like I'm leaning against a wall with my bum and my head and my shoulders, and relax, just stretch the wrist. I'm going to peel myself off the wall and I'm going to roll down basically. So imagine you haven't got much space in front of you, like a small hole, and you're trying to fold yourself in half. So standing here, breathe in, breathe out, chin down, shoulders round, scoop the belly in, feet are hip width apart and they're facing forwards. And just hold here. If you've got any back issues, hands on the knees, a little bit of a soft bend. But if you're happy to hang, you can. A little shake of the head like you're saying no. Squeeze the tummy in. A little nod of the head, saying yes, yes I love Pilates. Yes I love Herbalife. Squeeze. Let's roll back up. So you're stacking the spine back up on top of each other, each vertebra, and the head. Lovely. Do another one of these, then I'm going to adjust my camera angle so you can see me on the floor better. Breathe in at the top, breathe out, chin down, shoulders down, scoop the belly in round, arms are heavy like a rag doll. Keep the weight into the fronts of the feet, eyes to the knees, holding here. Let's just hold here for a moment, little bend of the knees and stretch. Bend the knees and stretch. One more, bend the knees and stretch, and then I'm going to walk the hands forward into a plank position, and then just release the knees, come back into a child pose. Hold down, I'm going to flip my camera around. Lovely. Okay, so coming up to all fours, and then we're going to go into a plank. So I'm going to build this. This is going to start low and come up higher, so you can always come back to the knees. Push one foot back, stretch it back, stretch through the hips, and stretch through the heels. Then the other one. So with a plank, we want to make sure the hips are low, not up here, but you also don't want to dip down like this. So nice and straight, plank is the word. Then bring your right knee down, and then open your left arm. So my foot's going to go down as an anchor, and I open up. Come back down, put the leg back into a plank, lift up into a down dog, so you lift your hips, push your bum in the air, your boobs towards your knees, then come back into a plank and we change sides. So left knee down, let the right heel come down to anchor, and then open up the right arm. So it's same knee as that arm you're leaning on, reaching up. If you can, look up. If not, just stay looking ahead and rotate back down. So if you're really struggling with that, you can just do this on all fours like that, okay? Otherwise, back into that plank. Let's do a down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Right knee down, left heel anchors. Slowly open up your hips, open up your chest, arm up, looking up if we can. So this is our sort of middle level. Come back down, foot back into plank, down dog, back down. Let's do one more on this left knee down, anchor the foot, twist, open up and rotate. So we can stay with a few more of these, but if you want to take it up a level, I want to try and do it in a full plank. So that looks like this. We're in a full plank, cross your left foot over your right, and then you open to the side. Looking up if that's comfortable. Then we come back down, put the feet back into plank, little down dog in between, come back down, squeeze the tummy, then cross your right behind your left, both feet on the floor. You use that foot to anchor, rotate, look up. Just going to do one more of these each side. If it's too much, keep on the knees. One more down dog. Left foot behind right, turn and lift. Got to keep those hips lifted. This is really good for the core, really getting your shoulders going, Really working the back. Lovely. Last time on the other side. Right behind left. Reach up, twist. Let's come down. One more down dog. Come down, knees to the floor. Release the feet, push back. Open those knees, push that chest down, release those arms. Take a few breaths here to rest. Lovely. Little bit of a shoulder opener. Lift the bottom up. Right arm is going down diagonally past my knee. Press into the shoulder. Relax in here. You can stay here, or you can take your hand down behind your back to open up your shoulder. You could look up. If you're comfortable with that, you can reach up. The main thing is this shoulder's not falling onto your chin, so stretch it up. Breathing into it. Again, if your neck, don't force the neck, just let your head be where it is. Always listen to your own body. Let's release. Switch sides. Left arm down past the right knee, bum in the air, rest that shoulder, push into it, head down. Breathing in and out. Hand around the small of the back, shoulder away from the ear, starting to open up the shoulder and the chest. Looking up, we can reach up. So all these moves sort of have different levels. You pick what works for you. Let's come back. Wonderful. Let's give these wrists a little stretch. Going to do our cat-cow, which is good for the spine. It bends it both ways. And you get a little bit of compression on your discs, gets blood and nutrients to them. So hands under shoulders, knees over hips, like a perfect box. Shoulders back, extend your neck. I always think this is like a tortoise coming out of its shell. Lengthen, and you tip your tailbone back, stretch your tummy. Then reverse, round your tummy, tuck and till, pull your abs in, and then you just look under. And then we do this with breath. So shoulders back, arch, breathe out. And again. And again. Let's do one more here. Lovely. Sitting back on the knees. And just gently going to circle one arm back, circle the other arm back, just on my fingertips. Lift the chest, stretch that chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. One more breath. Oh, this heating's on and I'm like hot Pilates. Okay, we're going to sit on our bottoms. And what I want to do is sitting up tall. And then I'm going to, this is what I call an S-curve. So my back has a slight curve in it and my neck has a curve in it. I want to go from an S-curve, and if you need to have your legs bent, that's fine, to a C-curve. So it's like I'm tucking and tilting, rounding the back, scoot the belly in and come to here. The hands are on the floor, they're just on the fingertips. So I want to lift a leg, lift one, and lower, and lift. Don't worry about the height, and if your legs are bent, that's fine. It's just working on the flexibility of the legs. Your abs, you've got to scoop out, that's what's helping lift the legs. Hold this position. Try and relax the shoulders. The main thing is keep this curve here. Lift. And just keep breathing. You can lengthen, working these legs as well. And 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Let's reach forward, lean over, stretching those legs, the back to the hamstrings. Probably a bit tight because they're not too warm. We're going to do that again. I'm going to go for double legs. Again, it's optional, so if you want to do the single, you can. So we pull up tall, breathe in, breathe out, scoop the belly in, curve backwards, hands are here, and we lift. 1, 2, and 3. Remember, stick to 1. If you want, there's a bit of balance going on with this one, so you haven't got your hands behind you, you're just on those fingertips. 4. Can we do 4 more? 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Well done. Reach forward, reach up, and over. Lovely. So bring one knee into the chest, roll yourself down, stretch this knee inwards. So we're stretching our hip flexor here. This knee pulls in, have a little look side to side. So we're releasing any tension in that neck, Shuffle it down a bit. Lovely. The knee you've got pulled in, pull it over across. You don't roll over or rotate, but just feel the stretch in the outside of that hip. Lovely. Let's release. Let's change sides. So this leg lengthens. This one comes in. Pull the knee in. Try not to imprint the spine. We want to be neutral, so you've got a little gap. So you're lengthening that leg away. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, little look side to side. So this is stretching out your hip flexors, working on hip mobility. That knee that's in, pull it across you slightly, getting a stretch here in your hip. Lovely. From this exercise, we're going to take it into, unless you've got any neck issues where you need to keep your head on the floor, you're going to hold this knee, pull yourself up. So you want to try and get the shoulder blades off the floor and you're looking straight ahead. Because here you're going to get stress in the neck, so head here unless you need to take the head down. Push your lower back in the floor, lift the other leg, and we switch. So press the back in the floor, switch, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. It's just opposite hand to knee, pull, pull, and in breath, in, in, in. Try and keep the shoulder blades off, so you're trying to crunch up like you're trying to sit up. Again, we're working these legs, flexibility in them and the upper and lower abs. 4, push the lower back in the floor. 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to do another round of that, but I want to try and do it with straight legs, again to work on this flexibility. Having flexible hamstrings and legs and glutes and hip flexors is so important for your spine. So I'm just going to straighten one leg, lengthen the other one away. You can let it relax on the floor. Try and avoid pulling the back of the knee because that will encourage you to bend. So straight as you can, don't worry if your legs are bent, but aim for the back of the thigh. Same thing, get those shoulder blades off, push the back in the floor, lift the legs and switch. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Breathe in. Squeeze the tummy, squeeze the pelvic floor like you're holding in a wee, wee squeeze. 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Relax, lovely. Have a little roll around those knees. And a little rock. And a little look side to side, relax the neck. Wonderful. So we're going to do some bridge work. So your feet are hip width apart. We start off with neutral, so you've got a natural gap. You can get your hands under your back. Imagine you've got loads of grapes under your back ready to make lovely wine. And you're going to breathe in, have your hands down, shoulders down. Breathe out, squash all those grapes so your back is flat. So we've done a tuck and tilt even though we're on the floor. So everything here is pressed. Try not to press in your feet to do this. Feel that you're pressing from the inside. And engage the ball of your foot, and that will just stop your knees from flaring out. So you squeeze your glutes, bring those in and release. Breathe in. Breathe out, flatten the back. Flatten it and push it all the way up to your rib cage as if you're about to lift but not quite. Release, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, flatten this time, peel your hips off the floor, lift up, really engage with the ball of that foot and think you're squeezing with your bum, not with your ribs. So it's not an arch, it's not a yoga bridge, it's flat, you're just squeezing like a nice ski slope. Look down, you should be able to see your knees. Breathe in at the top, breathe out, roll down. So you have to really tuck and tilt and lower your spine like a string of pearls, so a little bit each vertebra at a time. This time we're going to lift. I'm going to add some legs. If you don't want the legs, just hold. Breathe in, breathe out, flatten, curl, tilt and lift. Take your right leg up in the air. We're going to flex it and lower it. Point and lift. Flex and lower. So a lot of leg work today. Flex. So this is working the glutes. It's your pelvic stability. And it's really working your back. Flex and lower. Keep squeezing, keep that hip lifted, don't drop. One more. Flex, lower all the way down. Let's have a little squeeze, lift both. Let's take that left leg up. Flex, lower, point, lift, flex. Keep your chin down, looking at your feet. Flex, lower, point. Keep squeezing that bum. Try not to grip with your hand. All of that, and breathe and smile. One more. Foot down, squeeze, breathe in, breathe out, roll down. Lovely. Bring those knees into the chest. Wonderful. Little roll around. Try to roll onto our side. So this exercise is kind of legs, but it's waist as well. So you've got a couple of options. I'd like to do it here under my elbow, so my elbow under here, but if that's not comfortable for you, you can take it down if you don't want to be here. But being here, squeeze and lift up so you're engaged. Your legs are out straight and you're kind of a bit banana shaped. Bring your knee in, out, kick it up and down. So again, this is a lot about your sort of flexibility, not for the kick, but to get your knee in there. Try and get it behind your arm. And you're crunching here, up, down, and don't lower. Up and down and in. Crunch, lovely, lift and lower. In, crunch, lift and lower. In, crunch. This time, just lift and lower. So you're really working these leg muscles. Turn the hips out. So then you're really working these inner thighs. 4, 3, keep lifted, 2, and 1. Relax for a second. I'm going to add on, so you can stick with that. Or what I want to try and do, you probably have to roll back a bit, lift both legs and then continue. In and up. Don't sink into the shoulder. In and up. Again, other add-ons, hand behind the head. You've got nothing to lean on. In and up. You work at your level. Keep strong through that shoulder. Let's just go for kicks. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Let's bring the leg over. Give it a little rub. Fantastic. Let's switch ends. Same thing. You can be lying down on the shoulder, legs straight here. Turn your feet out a little bit, and that helps you lift up, and that helps you get your knee open, down, up. Yeah, one side can be totally different to the other, so don't worry if you think, oh, that's not so easy or that's harder. Quite normal, but make a mental note of it, because these are the bits we need to stretch a bit more. Breathing. One more, then just the kick and kick. Oh, I'm thinking, there's so much to think of. 2 and 3, we can do it. 4, doing so well, ladies. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Relax for a second, then I'm going to lift both legs. Again, that's an option. You can still stick with one on the floor. Or second round, squeeze and lift. And up and lift. And up. I'm going to add even more. Take my hand off and up. And lift. And up. Lift. Up. One more. Then just those kicks to finish. 1 and 2. So you should feel it in this waist as well as the leg. 4. Really working your obliques here. 6, 7, 8. Oh, who's not on mute? I can hear someone. Let me just check that. 2 seconds. I'm muted, everyone. Only because if you're videoing, sometimes if somebody speaks, it flicks to them. Not that it matters. Let's sit here. Let's get these legs out in front. Let's have a nice little stretch for the last few minutes. So legs here. Breathing in. Breathe out. Stretch over. And again, breathe in. Stretch out and over. Let's take the foot into the thigh. So you can keep your legs forward. If you've got a bit more flexibility, you can take the leg out. Again, it depends, because when you lean, it's going to feel different. I've got my same hand as leg here, so I can push myself away. Back hand, same as the bent leg. Reach up, look into the eye of the elbow, and I'm reaching, looking up. So I'm stretching all the way down here, down the back and into the hip. And then let that head relax. So we're going to overrun until 3 past because we didn't start till late, if that's alright for anyone. If you do need to go, that's fine. So now let's take the shoulders, face the legs square on and reach forward to stretch out that hamstring. You can add your own little bits, if you can grab the foot, flex it, whatever, or if you're just here, again, listen to your body. Wonderful. Coming up, the leg that's into the thigh, we're going to cross it over, pull it in towards you, pull yourself up nice and tall. If you can get that elbow in there, wonderful. If not, just hold it in and you're turning away. So if you've got your left leg over your right, turn to your left. If your right leg's over your left, turn to your right. Try not to lean, pulling up. These fingers are just walking us around, gentle with the neck. Wonderful. Let's release, let's switch sides. So other leg in, either keeping it forwards or take it out if you want. Same hand as straight leg, reach down, push yourself away. Other hand reaches behind. Reach up and over. And look into the eye of that elbow, reaching, stretching for those arms and shoulders and that back and those hips. Let the head relax down. Oh, I thought we got a lot done there. Let's release, let's take the shoulders square onto the leg, lean forward. Again, add your own little stretch to it. Always listen to the body, breathing into it. Want to do one? Yep, we got time. We've got 3 minutes. So, lying down nice and gently. Do a little bit of stretching for the backs and the hips as well. Crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Bring both legs in. Giving that leg a hug. Feeling the stretch in the right hip, in the glutes. You might feel you can push your knee out further if that helps. Or just pulling in. Again, work with your level. Have a little look side to side. Keeping that right ankle firmly on the knee, foot down, hands to the side, let your legs fall over to the left. And then gently look over to the right. So stretching the upper spine away from the lower spine, also getting a stretch in these hips. If this is too much on the hips, just let your knees be together rather than in this crossed position. Keep that foot on the knee, look back to centre, lift those legs up gently and just let them fall the other way. So you're just changing your stretch, it just changes to the front of the hip. Looking the other way, so looking to the left. Perfect timing, 2 minutes and we're finished bang on, 6:33. Release back to centre. Let's switch side, left leg on right knee. Pull those in, squeeze, lovely. Again, push on the knee if you need to. Just adjust. Breathe. And let's release the foot down, hands down. Let those legs fall over to the right. Keep the shoulders down, looking over to the left. Lovely stuff. Keeping that left foot stuck on the knee, bring the legs to centre, looking straight up, let them gently fall the other way. And then keeping the shoulders down, look over the right shoulder. Nice deep breath here. We're going to roll onto our tummies. Need to just stretch these hip flexors. We've done so much kicking today. So I'm going to have my head on my hand and just grab one leg. If you can't do this, if you can't reach, just pop onto your side. You'll be able to grab it a bit easier. Push your hips into the floor. And then if you can lift the knee, wonderful. If not, just work with your level. Pull the foot in, push the hip down, lift the knee up. One more deep breath. Release, let's switch side. Grab the foot, push the hips into the floor. Then pull back into the bum a bit more, lift the knee if you can, pull, push the hips in the floor. And release. I want to go for both. If you can't, don't worry. Grab them, just one more stretch. Push your hips, You can push onto your hands, that will pull up and give you a bit of a chest stretch as well. One lovely deep breath. One more. Release. Let's push back into child pose. One breath in. And release. Let's come into a seated position. Just a breath to finish. Lovely stuff. Breathing in and out. Head to the side. Head to the other side. Breathe in and out. One more breath in and give yourselves a clap. Thank you so much, ladies. Any feedback, let me know, and I hope to see you.
That's amazing.
Thanks, Lisa. It was great.